The command cut through the forest air like a blade, sharp and final, freezing everything in place as boots dug into gravel and engines hummed behind flashing lights. In that single breathless moment, a young man stood on a dirt road holding an unconscious girl in his arms, his knuckles scraped, his face streaked with dried blood, while authority pointed straight at his chest and demanded surrender. The world had narrowed to the weight of her body, the smell of pine and oil, and the terrible knowledge that one wrong move could end everything. Nothing about the scene suggested mercy, and yet mercy was exactly what fate was preparing to deliver in the most unexpected way. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that people are often more than their worst-looking moments, take a second right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them most. The boy's name was Evan, and he had grown up learning how to survive rather than how to be seen. He fixed engines in a cluttered garage, kept his head down, and learned early that appearances could turn the world against you. The girl in his arms, Lily, had been the bright opposite of his quiet life, laughter wrapped in leather jackets and wind-tangled hair, the kind of presence that made even long roads feel short. That day, they had been riding through the forest when a careless truck clipped her bike, sending metal screaming and bodies tumbling. Evan had run to her without thinking, lifting her from the dirt, ignoring the pain in his own ribs, carrying her toward help because staying still felt like waiting for something worse. Sirens arrived fast, and with them came assumptions that hardened the air. The ranger saw a young man with blood on his hands and a girl limp in his arms, and the situation snapped into a shape that law enforcement is trained to fear. Evan felt the forest close in, the weight of judgment pressing down as engines idled and boots formed a line behind him. He wanted to explain everything, to show them the skid marks, the shattered mirror, the way Lily's chest still rose and fell, but fear has a way of stealing language. He stood there, shaking, holding on to the only thing that mattered, while the moment threatened to turn tragic. What no one could see yet was the other world rushing toward that dirt road, carried on thunderous engines and roaring loyalty. Lily was the daughter of a woman who rode at the front of a biker family not because she demanded it, but because she earned it. Her mother had taught her that strength meant protecting others, that reputation was forged by actions taken when it mattered most. When word spread through the network of riders that Lily had gone down in the forest, Leather and Chrome answered the call. They did not come for violence. They came for truth. As the tension stretched, the forest trembled with a sound that did not belong to sirens or radios. Motorcycles emerged from the trees and road bends, not in chaos but in formation, engines low and controlled, riders dismounting with calm purpose. The ranger's certainty wavered as he took in the faces of men and women who looked like storms but carried themselves like guardians. Evan felt his legs threaten to give out, not from fear now, but from the fragile hope that someone, finally, might see the whole picture. Time slowed as medics moved in, carefully taking Lily from Evan's arms, confirming what he already knew in his bones, that she was alive and fighting. The blood on Evan's shirt was his own, the scrapes on his hands from breaking branches and lifting weight beyond his strength. The story unfolded piece by piece, witnesses stepping forward, the truck driver admitting fault, the evidence aligning like stars after a long night. Authority softened into responsibility, and the line between threat and protector blurred into something human again. Evan sat on the ground, shaking as adrenaline drained away, watching strangers become allies. Lily's mother approached him not with anger, but with the kind of gratitude that changes a life, the silent acknowledgement that love sometimes looks like defiance and courage looks like holding on when everything tells you to let go. In that moment, Evan learned that family is not always blood, that judgment can be undone by truth, and that even in the harshest spotlight, goodness can survive. The forest returned to itself as engines faded and sirens quieted, leaving behind a young man who would never forget how close the world had come to misunderstanding him completely. Lily recovered slowly, and Evan stayed, fixing bikes for the riders who had shown up when it mattered, learning to ride beside them, learning to trust the road again. The memory of that day did not haunt him as much as it taught him, reminding him that doing the right thing does not guarantee safety, but it does create meaning. Just before the ending, please comment below with one word that describes how this story made you feel. Your words matter more than you know. As the sun dipped through the trees and the road lay quiet once more, the lesson settled like a steady heartbeat. People are not always what they seem at first glance, and sometimes the bravest thing you can do is hold on to compassion when the world is telling you to drop it. If this story touched your heart, moved you, or reminded you to look twice before judging, please like the video, share it with someone who believes in second chances, and subscribe to the channel. Your engagement keeps these stories alive, and together, we can keep choosing empathy over fear.